Introducing Suzette Brawner, the common sense guru.
The guys would say, "You girls take some girl time. We know how valuable this is. We can take care of these 6 children." That was a little scary, but we do it. We took them up on it every time. We're walking out the door. Rayanna, my sister-in-law, said, "Whatever you do, don't let the girls get in the bathtub." So the guy, "Oh, go ahead. We got it. We got it." We walked in kind of hesitating, wondering what had happened. And the first thing my sister-in-law heard was the bath water. She said, "Oh, leave men with kids for 3 hours, one request, and they can't honor it." She walks into the bathroom. She gets down right at that 4-year-old level. She was just going to give them what for. She ripped back that shower curtain, and there stood my husband.
With the platform, Life is Simple, We Complicate It, Suzette Brawner stirs reality and humor together for a mix of inspiration, motivation, and hard laughter. The author of 3 books, Suzette has touched hearts while encouraging thousands to be real, untangle their lives, and focus on what matters most.
Today, I think everybody is so sped up, amped up, revved up. Everything's at our fingertips. We're always in a hurry. I think technology has pushed us that way, but we make choices as well. It's a good thing, at the same time, it's a bad thing. It's ruining us. It's causing stress to be so high. I think that if everybody would just calm down and slow down and step back just a little bit, we'd all be better off. Our stress would be lowered. I was in the grocery store recently and had picked up a package of cheese that I thought was on sale. And when I got to the register, I noticed the price, and it wasn't what I was expecting. The checker rang it up more expensive than what I thought to pay. I questioned the checker and said, "I think this cheese is less expensive than that." So she sent the stock boy to the back corner of the store, and when he came back, he explained the cheese I'd picked out was a 12-ounce package instead of the 8-ounce package. I was so embarrassed, and I turned to the lady behind me and apologized, saying, "I'm so sorry I've held you up. I know how busy everybody is, and it was my mistake. Please forgive me." And she said something so impactful to me and so moving that I really would love to inscribe it somewhere to remind myself. She simply said, "I refuse to let 4 ounces of cheese spoil my otherwise perfect day." I thought that was so good because so many of us let 4 ounces of cheese or someone honking a horn or a rude clerk in a store spoil our otherwise lovely day. We need to slow down and calm down. General George Patton said something really powerful once. He said, "Never go to battle unless you have something to gain by winning." How many of the battles do we take on every day? We have nothing to gain from winning. We have this need to always be right, and is it worth it? I don't think so. We can choose to be right, or we can choose to be happy. Yes, there are things that you should battle over, but you have to make those decisions almost in advance. And even raising our kids, we kind of had a grid of things we ran through to see if it was battle worthy. If it was illegal, immoral, or dangerous, it was worth going to battle over. And if it was none of the above, we let a lot of stuff go. We spend too much energy fighting about things that are pointless. Our society is changing constantly, and everyone's always looking for that middle point, that balance. Balance is somewhere in the middle between too much and not enough. Too much food, not enough food. Too much time, not enough time. Too much information, not enough information. We're all struggling to find that middle point, that balance point, to keep us all from tipping over and going over the edge. Growing up in the South, my daddy taught me how to drive. He'd take me down these little skinny roads with deep ditches and tall pine trees. I would be so nervous and gripping the steering wheel, and he could sense my tenseness, and he'd say, "What's wrong?" I was so afraid that I was going to go off in the ditch. And he simply said to me, "Suzette, it's so easy." He said, "All you have to do is keep it between the ditches." And isn't that where balance sits? Right there in the middle, somewhere between the ditches. I don't have a paint by number system that promises you that you'll be healthy, wealthy, wise, and skinny. But what I can promise are some ideas, precepts, and concepts that will help you maintain some balance in your everyday life, both professionally and personally.
So my sister-in-law and I were chit-chatting about men, and as Gary was talking about their testosterone levels and when those levels might decrease a little bit. So we thought, you know what? Let's ask Bonnie, these boys' mother, when this is going to happen. So we cornered her in a bedroom and we said, "Bonnie, we have a question for you." She said, "What?" We said, "We want to know when these Brawner boys are going to slow down just a little bit." She folded her arms and looked at us. She said, "About 50. However, Brawner women never slow down."